Hey guys, welcome back, and today we are going to take a look at all the babies we have that have hatched out here this season so far. I've failed to do a video to show you what we got and give you a close-up look at everything. I got Chewbacca here helping me out, so stick around and I'll show you everything, let you know when it's going up on Morph Market. Let's get into some of the babies. So this first clutch is going to be a Mojave lesser paired with a Pinstripe Pastel, so 11 blast. And what we got here are a few different ones. So let's take a look. So this guy is a Pistave or a Pastel Mojave, and you can see he has just got some stunning colors. Very dark, you know, typical Mojave, but that pastel mixed with Mojave really does look awesome. He had a brother that looked just like him, and he has sold already. And then we have sold two others from this clutch, two pastel kingpins. So, but this guy's eating like a champ. He is on frozen thawed rats, and he is ready to go and up on Morph Market for anybody who might be interested. You can see the nice whites coming up the sides there with the yellow changing into that yellow in the alien heads, blushing in between the alien heads, and then that nice dark dorsal with blushing throughout. And he's a curious little guy. So that last male you saw, the Pastel Mojave, was C2300102. His brother was number 1, and he sold. But here's another one of his brothers from that clutch, and this, as I said, is a Pastel Kingpin. He's got that nice white blushing, and the Kingpin is a lesser pinstripe, in case you didn't know. So he has pastel, lesser, and pinstripe in him. Makes for a really pretty snake. Nice pattern down the back. Pinstripe really changes the pattern on the sides, and then that lesser lightens the color. And these snakes are great if you've never had a ball python before to get started. They look different than your normals, and they're cost effective enough that you can give them a shot for taking care of them. This guy is also eating great. He is C2300103. And he's got a few sisters that look just like him that will be coming up next. But you can see that nice fade that goes to white down his sides. Clean dorsal all the way down with a stripe with that pinstripe pattern on the outsides. And this guy is eating live mice right now. So these last three of clutch C23001 are all females, and this is also a pastel pinstripe lesser, but the female version, she is eating like a champ. She's eating frozen thawed fuzzy rats right now and doing great, as you can see. Real easy to handle. She's been held quite a bit by us here, so she's accustomed to it. And let's take a closer look at her. So you can see that nice blue eyes you get there on the pastel. It's really pretty. It's like a bluish green. You got that blushing on the head from the pastel, pinstripe pattern on the sides. Nice deep golds or yellows on the side. She's one of the prettier ones of these pastel kingpins. And then you can see that lesser lightening the color there on the pinstripes and down by the belly there. Real pretty girl. Again, used to being handled, would make a great first ball python for anybody looking to get a pet. Now this little girl is C2300105, and she is the runt of the litter. She is just a Mojave ball python. She came out of the small egg that you'll be able to see. I'll link that video here at the end of this one. But she was 42 grams when she was 42 grams when she hatched, and she's still about that. So this girl is definitely going to go up on Morph Market once she's eating a little better. So far she has taken 2 meals, and she's doing well. Just a little tougher to feed her. She only is eating live mice so far, and it's hard to get her to take anything larger. So I'm hoping she puts on a little size here. We're giving her some extra love and care here, and we'll see a close-up of her now. She's real sweet, docile, typical Mojave. Again, I think it's an underrated morph. It's got such a cool color variation. You get that dark on the dorsal, the light underneath. Really gold yellows on those eye bands, as you can see. Even on the dorsal, as you go, the spots are. But again, just a Mojave, but real sweet girl. So look for her to go up in the future. She is the runt. I want to get about 4 more meals in her at least, and probably get her up to at least 80 to 100 grams before I let her go. And this girl is just a kingpin. No pastel in her. She is a pinstripe lesser. Real sweet. Doing great eating. Is taking frozen thawed fuzzy rats as well. And she is also up on Morph Market. Very similar to her brother and sister we saw earlier, but without that pastel. You get much deeper color in the back on the pinstripes there. As you can see, there's not as much blushing on the head. You don't have the blue eyes like you would with the pastel. And she is still got the white blushing up the sides with the lesser. The alien heads have that pinstripe look. And overall just gets a very gold color along with those browns. They're kind of a faded browns with the lesser on the pinstripes. Great colors. I love kingpins. This next clutch is C23002, and it was Bruno, our piebald male, paired with Millie, our het piebald female. I will say we got Bruno he was a pet. We got him when we were first getting into ball pythons again, and planned on having him as a pet. Loved piebald, always have, and eventually decided when we started that we'd start with the het piebald females, pair him with them, and hopefully get visual piebalds. So this clutch, if you recall, was 5 eggs. 1 egg went bad during incubation, and 1 hatchling did not ever make it out of the egg. So when we cut the egg, it was alive. It looked like a normal het pied, but unfortunately never came out after or during the absorption of yolk. And when I looked at it, it didn't look like anything was wrong, but never absorbed any of the yolk, and came in one day and it was deceased. But we've got 2 males, 1 female in this clutch. all of them piebald, and without us knowing for sure what Bruno's genes are, I have suspicion that there may be something else going on there. So let's take a look at them. So this is C2300201, and he is a visual piebald male, possibly something else going on there. And he is probably the best eater of the clutch so far. He is going to take his 6th meal tonight, and he is over 100 grams at this point, so he's ready to go. So I'll be putting him up on Morph Market in the next few days. Let's have a closer look. As you can see, really pretty. What I love about them is they got that stripe coming down from the eye that almost goes under their chin. And if he will cooperate with me, and he's not going to, but for him, as you can see, he's got some really deep blacks, some sort of head pattern there, golds on the back, some orange on the sides going down. Almost has like a, not quite a sunset look, but that's the closest thing I could think of to describe it. It's like a burnt orange, real pretty. That kind of broken up piebald pattern with the blacks almost glowing around the patterns going down. Some nice white in here. Just trying to choke my hand out. Some more white. Tail pattern. Beautiful boy. Comment down below if you got any ideas on what else might be here. Do you think he's a normal piebald? Do you think he might have something else in him? He does not look like Dad. As you guys can go back and see him from the past videos where we hatched him out. So, but let's take a look at his brother. This little guy is C2300202, and he needs a few more meals before I put him up. I'll put him up this weekend with his brother, pre-established. So it'll be a few weeks before I can send them to you if you do decide you want them. But he is real docile. All these babies came out fat. Like they had some big eggs. They absorbed a lot of yolk. He is, so that he took a little longer to get on food. I think he just, that first meal they get when they come out of the egg is technically the yolk they absorb through their umbilical. And he had enough to sustain him for a few weeks before he decided he wanted to eat. He's doing great now. He has not refused a single meal. To poop on me from the looks of that cloaca. But let's take a look at him. We'll start at the tail. So, beautiful white, like piebalds. He's got that burnt orange color with that black outline on the back here, leading up to the similar pattern like his brother, where you see that burnt orange on the sides. The gold on the dorsal with the deep blacks in between. What's up, dude? Very curious, tongue flicking. And then he's also got an even more distinct head pattern, I'd say, than his brother did. He's very curious about this camera. But yeah, take a look for him up on Morph Market. And if you have any more questions or anything about it, just hit us up and we'd be glad to help you. Send you pictures, video, whatever you'd like. This girl is C2300203, and I'm pretty sure we are going to hold her back. We don't have a visual piebald female yet, so she will be a one that we hold back to grow up and maybe replace some of the het pied females we got right now. And she is really pretty. She's another one that's been tough to get going on food. She absorbed her yolk. She had a little bit of hard belly, so we had to help her, give her some baths to help her pass it, help her get it out. She strikes at food currently, but has not taken anything yet. So even if I wanted to sell her, we would not do that. So we'd wait for at least 6 meals, pretty close to 100 grams before. But like I said, these babies came out close to, I think it came out around 80 grams each. They were fat babies. Very similar to her brothers. Got that less distinct head pattern than the last one we looked at. Still got that beautiful pattern underneath her chin almost. She's more skittish than her brothers with those deep blacks. Those burnt oranges on the sides with the golds on the dorsal. Really pretty girl. We'll hopefully start eating soon. Please start eating. You eat a mouse, please? Please? Please, little girl? Thanks for watching. We've got 2 more clutches this year. One's yet to hatch out, and we've got that clutch that Buttercup just laid, and it just hatched a few weeks ago. Those babies we are going to send out for shed testing, so they won't be out for a little while yet till we find out what they have in them. That pairing was a blade clown by a fire het sunset. So we're hoping for double head sunset clowns out of that clutch. And then the last clutch was also Bruno, same dad as those piebalds we just looked at, by Isabella, who was a normal pos het piebald, and she laid 5 eggs. This was her first time laying eggs. She laid six eggs. I think she laid 6 eggs. I'll have to go back and look. It's in one of the last videos we put up, but one of them already kind of molded out and went bad. It got hard, started smelling real bad, so that was taken out, and we'll see how these other ones go. They're showing a little bit of mold on them. They still feel good, they still look good. We've got some Lotrimin foot powder on them to try to keep that at bay, but we'll see how it goes. Again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything when we do get some sunsets out and some nice looking clowns here this next season for sure. And we'll see you next week. Bye.